I bought a Spider-Man suit off of Amazon. A Spidey suit, if you will. I have a Spidey suit. I have it now, and I'm not gonna return it. Like, we got this far. I'm keeping the Spidey suit. I'm just gonna unbox it and open it and try it on. I'll leave a link to the Spidey suit that I bought in the description box down below. The price on this thing is fluctuating really fast. I bought it and it was $35, and then the next day it was $40. So consider that if you're gonna buy this Spidey suit. I'm so excited. Inside the big Amazon bag is this smaller bag that has a Spidey suit in it. I can see the lenses. This is probably how I'll store it if I ever take it off. So first off, we have the Spider-Man mask. I will say the mask is not the best quality mask. People were kind of complaining about the fact that the lenses were too close together, which I can definitely see that. There's not a lot of gap between the two eyeballs, but I probably won't actually be wearing this mask very often. And then we have the actual Spider-Man suit. Isn't that so cool? The shading's actually really good. This one doesn't have any feetsies, so I'll probably buy shoe inserts put inside of these. And then the back is just a straight zipper. It goes right down the middle. This zipper is actually hidden really well. I think it's time to try it on. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'll be back. Hold on, we're moving the camera. Tell me this isn't the coolest thing you've ever seen in your life. Okay, it should be noted that when I bought this, I did not base it off of my height. When you go on the little Amazon listing and it has you look at sizing, the sizing is based off of height. By that rule, I would be a men's extra large. I did get the men's extra large. It did not fit. I might be 5'9", but also I am not built a men's extra large. So instead what I did was I read all of the reviews until I eventually found someone who was 1, assigned female birth, has the toddies, has the booty, and 2, put their measurements in their review and was 5'8", I'm 5'9", and had a similar waist size to me. We aren't the same proportions wise everywhere, but I'm a lot closer to her proportions than I am to a men's size XL. I ordered the size she got, which was a medium. This Spider-Man suit does have free returns and refunds. I think the fact that I had to get a size that isn't necessarily for someone of my height did mean that there were a few disadvantages, but it fits me close enough that I'm very happy with it. It is surprisingly warm. I thought it was gonna be really cold when I put it on, but I actually get like kind of sweaty. It holds heat a lot better than I thought it would. Obviously the texture, it looks really good. The detail is fantastic on the whole thing. It's not like say something this on the Spirit Halloween website that's just plain red and plain blue. This actually has texture on it. It has shading. It has these little circular thingies just like he has on his suit in the movies. Not to mention, the Spirit Halloween one is $20 more. Obviously, you can tell that it's not the world's most expensive suit. There are a few things that give it away. So while I'm really happy with this purchase, for the sense of clarity, I'm just gonna tell them to you. So let's get started. One of the first things that kind of gives away the fact that this is cheaper is that the seams do not line up. So for example, you see this, it's a flat pattern, all of the pattern pieces line up well, but on something like the seam, you can see places like right here where the pattern doesn't necessarily line up all the way. And that can be seen on the entire suit. You can see it here on my shoulder and across my collarbone. You can see right here on the forearm that the blues don't line up. And I'm sure there's more spots where the seams don't line up, but I don't care enough to try to find them. You get the point. You can see some of the stitching. You can see the red stitching pretty clearly right here. Not as clear, but you can still kind of see it on this wrist. The stitching like right here is red, despite the fact that the fabric it's on is blue. Another example of the red stitching being on blue fabric is the legs. Here on my knees, you can kind of see the red. From what I've been able to tell from looking at the suit, they used red stitching on everything even when that area isn't necessarily supposed to be red. I don't really mind the messiness of the stitches or the fact that all of the patterns don't line up exactly. One, because it's a super cheap suit, but also just because the Spider-Man pattern is already so super busy. So it's honestly kind of hard when you're looking at it right away to even notice that any stitching's off, because the pattern itself has so many different details that it kind of hides it. So I don't really mind it that much. And the shading obviously looks really good, so woo! There are a few sizing elements that aren't quite what I was hoping they would be, and I'm also fully aware that I didn't necessarily get the right suit for my height. So I know that some of these issues might just be because I didn't get the right size. The gloves are a little bit small on me. As you can see right here is the seam where the bottom of your hand is supposed to be. The bottom of my hand is about here. This is very loose, which also means that the little web shooter, which is kind of what I'm assuming this is, isn't on my wrist. It's more on the palm of my hand because my wrist is right here. Again, these are also like on the inside of my hands. You can still see the web shooter when I do the little Spider-Man. And the arms are a little batty. Notice how they don't stay flush with my skin when I lift up my arm. I would say the most noticeable place where it's loose is my crotch. So here's how it would be if it was flush to my skin. Here's how it actually is. It feels like I'm wearing ballet tights that I haven't pulled up all the way, so it's definitely not the most comfortable experience from like a sensory standpoint. I got more used to it the longer I wore it, but that might be something to consider. Again, I think this is probably just because I got a size that was for someone significantly shorter than I am, and therefore they kind of anticipated my legs to be shorter. The ankles are also a little bit loose. Instead of going flush against my ankle like it should, it kind of stretches out like a little tent. I think that's all of the sizing issues that I have with it, at least any sizing issues that I have noticed as of now. It is actually very comfortable. It was very easy to zip up. It's very hard to grip things with these gloves. They are very slippery. You can use your phone with these gloves, but it's very difficult. You have to use like the exact perfect placement of your thumb for the touches to actually go through on your screen. I know lots of more high-end expensive Spidey suits will have a zipper on the sleeve so you can unzip just the hands and pull those out without having to take off the entire suit. But yeah, it's super comfortable. Obviously, it's really stretchy and it doesn't limit my movement at all. I mean, it's spandex. Why would it limit my movement? Upon inspection, I realized there are fake abs. You just can't really see them much in the front because of how the costume is shaded. Since every individual square has shading in it, you can see the fake muscles a lot more on the side. But yes, this is the front and here is the back. I also just really like how the hands look. I'm not entirely sure why. I think I just like how the webbing gets smaller on the hands like it does in the movie, instead of having the same sized webbing across your entire body. But yeah, this is the Spider-Man suit. I feel great in it. I've already filmed quite a few TikToks with the autumn filter because it makes me feel like a little superhero. But I really like this outfit. I like wearing it. I feel really happy in it. It makes me feel like one of my favorite characters. It's very exciting. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye!